I really love that. I love that. I kinda like it though, but I fucking love that. I love it. Ah fuck, I love this. I love this album. Hello guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Kian and welcome back, or maybe welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited about the album I'm gonna react to today. I'm excited about this album because this is the new album by Tyler, the Creator, and one thing that makes me so excited is, well, first, because I really like Tyler, the Creator, but also because I didn't really expect an album so soon after Flower Boy. I mean, it was released 2 years ago, but this album was so important and so great, and I'm still listening to it quite on the regular now. So it doesn't feel like it was released so long ago. It clearly doesn't feel like it was released 2 years ago. But I always welcome a new album by an artist that I really like, and I know Tyler, the Creator, rarely disappoints. So I'm really excited to listen to this one. It's called IGOR. It's his 5th album, and I always like to tell you a bit my story with an artist, just so you know what kind of state of mind I am in when I listen to such an album by such an artist. Tyler, the Creator, I found out about him in 2011, I guess, like most people. I didn't exactly listen to his music, but I knew who he was, I knew of him, and I knew some of his music videos actually that I thought were really creative. I used to take myself way too seriously back in the day, so Tyler, the Creator, who was an artist that you couldn't take too seriously, was not an artist that I was particularly attracted to, musically speaking. It was only in 2013 with Wolf that I started really listening to Tyler, the Creator. I really liked him as a featured artist on a lot of tracks, especially on Freckoshan's album Channel Orange, which is one of my favorite albums of all time, but that's a subject for a totally different video. Wolf, I thought, really mixed that very fun and humorous side of Tyler, the Creator with something a bit more personal and a bit more serious. I really liked that one. Then he released Cherry Bomb in 2015, and back in 2015 I wasn't a fan of Cherry Bomb. I was kind of disappointed by that. I don't know why, to be honest. I think I was just in a bad place personally in my life, and I wasn't really ready to listen to this album. I don't know. Also, it was kind of a different album. It was kind of surprising, and I really started getting into Cherry Bomb after Flower Boy was released in 2017, if I'm correct. Yes, it was 2 years ago, so in 2017. Flower Boy was really the moment where it clicked for me with Tyler, the Creator. Sometimes with an artist you can listen to him for years, and then suddenly there will be one day where they release a song or an album, and it clicks, and you know this is an artist you're gonna follow for the rest of your life, and this is such a great feeling. And interestingly enough, to me, Cherry Bomb feels like kind of a draft to Flower Boy. It has a lot of the same elements, but in a way that wasn't totally finished. And now I really enjoy Cherry Bomb because I kind of understand it a bit better now. But Flower Boy, it's the one for me. Like, this album, I really love it. It's stunning, such a beautiful choice of collaborators. Yeah, I love this album. There's no need for me to talk about this for 15 minutes because now I'm going to listen to IGOR, and honestly, I don't know what to expect from this album. I've read a post on Instagram by Tyler, the Creator, this morning. He said that this was an experience and we really needed to sit down and listen to it, so I'm going to try not to post too much. Mostly to enjoy the transitions between the songs, because I love good transitions, and usually Tyler, the Creator, never disappoints me when it comes to transitions. I really don't know what to expect. Flower Boy was much more of a personal album. There was still that humorous feel about it because Tyler, the Creator, never takes himself too seriously, but you could feel it was a lot more personal. It was a bit more peaceful too, so I don't know, like, I really don't know what to expect. I've seen a few trailers for this album. It seemed absolutely crazy. There's a song that features Centigold, so I'm excited about that one. I also absolutely love the artwork. It's once again a totally different aesthetic, so I don't know, I'm just so excited. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna start reacting to this album. I really hope you will enjoy this reaction video and that you'll have some reactions of yourself to share. Let's go! Oh, I was wondering if the song was going to start or if it was just going to be this. This is IGOR's team. It's fucking insane so far. I don't know who's featured on that track, but the creator always has some really cool features, and artists will just come to like lay just a vocal somewhere in the track. I'll need to look at the credits afterwards. There's elements like this high note that you can hear and little details that remind me of Flower Boy, but I can tell this is gonna be a bit different. I mean, a lot different so far. Wayfair coming. Oh, this is a lot more Flower Boy. I have to say though, if the album is as production heavy as IGOR's team is, it's definitely gonna be very different from Flower Boy, and it's gonna be super dope and super excited. So let's keep listening. I can't even tell who's singing there, if that's Tyler the Creator, if that's someone else, if that's a bunch of people together. But I love it. Yeah, that's gotta be Playboy Cardi there. You can recognize his voice pretty well. He always has something interesting about his voice, and it changes a lot, but you can still recognize it, which is something that I like. Ooh. Whoa! I told you that Tyler the Creator couldn't disappoint me when it comes to transitions. Ain't nobody who does transition like he does. I gotta say just for a second that I think this album is gonna be production heavy, and I fucking love that. I don't know where I'm going, but I know what I'm showing. I feel an highlight right there. That rhythm, I feel an highlight. Who is that? This is fucking insane. Ooh. I like that it keeps the same rhythm, but you have a bit more of a R&B and soulful vibe to it, almost a bit psychedelic. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's someone we know, but a voice just changed. I don't know. It does sound a bit like Kali Uchis, but not really, so I don't know. I'm curious. Shit, this track was absolutely
exactly
amazing.
what you run from, you end up chasing. Like you can't avoid, but yes.
I'm really sorry because I don't think. I'm really sorry because if you've seen a few of my videos, and maybe if you're coming here to a very long comment about this album, I usually like talk a lot. I can talk about a song sometimes for 10 minutes, which is kind of annoying in a way. But I think this time around I'm not going to talk a lot because I'm feeling it. Like I'm just feeling everything. So.
And just like trying, giving it everything that you can. There's always an obstacle.
There's always an obstacle, that's for sure. I'm pausing for a second because I just thought about something. Is that so far the album kind of reminds me of Solange's album When I Get Home. Maybe it's just because Playboi Carti was on it earlier and then there was that transition where there was a man speaking and it felt like it was probably something that was taken from somewhere else, like it was a sample or something, I don't know. But it kind of reminds me of this album in the sense that it's really an experience, like you shouldn't pause between the songs, you should really enjoy it as a single piece, not as different songs. It's really like an album, it's really like a body of work. So yeah, this was my thought. It's groundbreaking, but it reminds me of that. Also in the sense that it's production heavy, like there's so many elements and so many things happening on the album. Everything on this track, now that I've said it, reminds me of Solange's album, really. The songs on the album so far are so deconstructed, like there are so many elements, so many things happening in the same song. That's kind of awesome, by the way. It's crazy because there's no chorus, there's no, I wouldn't even say that there are verses. It almost feels like just pieces and ideas that he put together. Something that I really respect is that, for example, that song Running Out of Time, I can tell that it's still the same song, but it does feel very different. Like there's really that discontracted side to it, but it does feel like the same song, which is something that some artists tend to try to do but fail spectacularly. So I'm enjoying it a lot right now, and I really like how you can still feel at some moments the influence of Flower Boy, but there's something really new here that I'm trying to understand what it is exactly. I probably won't understand on first listen, but that's okay.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.
Okay, this instrumental reminds me much more of old Taylor, like Goblin Wolf, kind of Terry Von Taylor. Oh, that's the song with Santiago then. I can bet that she's only gonna say don't leave on the entire song. Okay, this is not Taylor the Creator, but I can tell who it is.
Take one look in the mirror, implications so clear. I live life with no fear, except for the idea that one day you won't be. I just I need to do halfway talking a bit. Can't be in a picture if you got no frame. And let the world know cause I got no shame. For mask, bust through the door, get the job done like retirement. I mean, you look concerned, new magic wand.
Okay, back to the Flower Boy vibes. Ooh, there's a distorted sample here that I really like. Let's listen to it again. It almost sounds like an old Kanye production, like the late registration, maybe even college dropout type of productions. But you can tell it's Taylor the Creator still. Did he just say, "You're my favorite garçon"? Like the French for "you are my favorite boy"? And before it said the Parker is comme, so maybe it's making like a word play on Comme des Garçons, the brand. Which is also a Frank Ocean song, by the way. Which kind of is an interesting thing.
Breakfast, why the fuck your ex here? But let's see if you round the God around this time next year.
Let's see if you're around the God next year. Is he referring to himself by saying the God? If he is, I fucking love it.
Don't shoot me down. You so motherfucking dangerous.
What the hell? That's a Pharaoh production, I can tell you already. Or maybe not, but it does sound like the beginning of Pharaoh production.
What do you need? Do you need bread? Do you need this? Do you need to be alone? I can wrap this up and get the fuck away instead. You're number one on my list. See, I'm Santa. Where's Rudolph? Your parents city.
Where's Rudolph?
I do not have some control.
Like Rudolph the deer? That's a Taylor the Creator line right there. Where's Rudolph? Yeah. It's interesting how the production in the beginning was very, I want to say hip-hop influenced. I mean, it's hip-hop, but it was it almost sounded like hardcore hip-hop at times. And then slowly we started gravitating more around soul influenced and R&B influenced songs with soul samples and elements that are taken from songs from the 70s, kind of, with very psychedelic influences and atmosphere, which in a way is a lot closer to Flower Boy than the beginning of the album, but there's still something kind of different about that album so far. It's kind of trippy, but I like it. Is that Kanye? Why does it sound like it was recorded with his voice memo? I kinda like it though.
But at some point, you come to your senses.
At some point. Ooh. Now that's much more 80s hip-hop influence here. Beat sounds like something that could have been on like a Rakim album or something. Fuck, I love how he mixes influences with his sound that is so him. Like, fuck, I love this. What the? Dracula? Suck me first, I can back at ya? Shit, like, it's so funny how all of these lines are exactly what you can call a Tyler the Creator line. It's crazy that after all these years, it still remains so faithful to himself. That's so cool. Yeah, I can feel the light now. Is it gonna take us to church? Like, is there a gospel call that's gonna happen here?
I don't know what's harder, letting go or just being okay with it.
Just being okay with it. This sounds like something Taylor the Creator could have made with Rex Orange County. The collaborations were pretty fucking amazing too. is so sweet. I love that. Oh, oh, keep it going. The band-aid is falling off now, and now I'm scarred for life. I totally see what he was trying to say. Oh, nice. That's sweet. Once again, that's a very Tyler the Creator kind of lyric, but in a much more serious and emotional kind of way. Like, you can tell he's used humor to talk about something very serious. Having his heart broken by someone, you know, and then having to keep going, and at some point you end up feeling better about something that hurt you. But yeah, you are scarred for life. That is pretty true. The fact that it keeps the same lyrics, exactly the same lyrics, but totally changes the melody, that's cool. Oh, you never lived in your truth. I'm happy I just lived in it. Shit.
Like, I hate wasted potential. That shit crushes your spirit. It really does. It crushes your soul.
Totally. Woo! This is a breakup anthem. Shit. Wait, what song are we on right now? Okay, fuck, this is already track 11. Like, there's only one track left after that one. Wait. This is his breakup album. I didn't know we'd get a breakup album by Tyler the Creator. That is so cool. Woo! Yeah, like, that is the end credits. I Don't Love You Anymore, the track we just heard, is followed by Are We Still Friends? Shit, Tyler the Creator was telling us a story through this album. I should have paid more attention earlier.
Are we still friends? Can we be friends? Can we be friends? Don't say goodbye, smell you later.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Are we still friends? Are we still
Fuck, what a finale. Oh my god. Fuck. I love this album. I mean, on first listen, I love this album. My point of view about it's probably gonna change the more I listen to it, because there are so many elements on it. There are songs that I'm gonna understand. There are a lot of things that I'm gonna love even more when I listen to it again. But I can say after a first listen that I love this album. I know it's a bit too early to tell, but I can say, I mean, I think that it's gonna join a James Blake album and a Solange album in my top 3 of my favorite albums of 2019. Most likely. Oh, this was so fucking good. Alright, I need to get myself together so I can talk about this album just a little bit, just not to leave you on this very weird video of me just overreacting to some of the stuff here. But shit, this was great. I mean, what do you think of it? It was great, right? it was different from Flower Boy. Like there were elements from Flower Boy, but it was different. Like I said earlier in this video, I think the first few songs, I mean, to me, they were much more influenced by hardcore hip hop, and those are things you could find later on the album, especially on What's Good. And then it started going towards a more soulful, like I want to say more psychedelic Flower Boy direction. There's a point in the album where I said that this album reminded me of When I Get Home by Solange. And yeah, it reminded me of it at some point, especially Running Out of Time, that track. Because on Solange's album, there was that very experimental R&B kind of sound, very influenced by hip-hop too. But there was like a 70s influence to it, because it reminded me of, you know, back in the day, there were a lot of sci-fi films where people imagine what life would be like in 2020. It's next year, shit. The music in those films just had kind of this feel that you can find in Solange's album and on certain tracks in this album, I think. It also reminds me of artists from the 70s, black artists, usually soul or funk artists, who made that music that was really psychedelic, and I don't know, it just reminded me of that. Stevie Wonder kind of did that, but it's not the best example. Like, I don't have one example in mind, but I don't know if you know what kind of music I'm talking about, but shit, this was cool. What I like about this album is once again Taylor the Creator evolved, and that's something that I really love about Taylor the Creator. It's that he's an artist who keeps on growing, he keeps on evolving, and it's crazy because he could have so easily settled for that Flower Boy sound. And even though if you can feel those Flower Boy vibes all over this album, it's still trying to do something new and experiment and grow as an artist and as a musician and as a producer and as a rapper too. Like, he had so many different flows, used his voice in so many different ways, he's used his collaborator's voice in so many different ways. Like, I have to look at the credits because I'm not sure who was who. I really love how Tyler the Creator evolves with each album, and each time he releases an album it's something totally different, which sometimes kind of surprises you in the good way, right here on Flower Boy, or maybe in a less, let's say, optimistic way. Like on Cherry Bomb, the first time I listened to it, I was a bit thrown off at first, but I ended up loving the album once I heard Flower Boy. But I've already said that earlier, so yeah. It's also funny because at some point in the album, I think it was around New Magic Wand and A Boy Is a Gun, I was about to say Taylor the Creator is in love, and then he came with a song like What's Good, Gone Gone Thank You, I Don't Love You Anymore, and then I knew, like, he was in love, then this person heard him, and it ended up like, are we still friends? Like, we're still cool? So I don't know who this album is about, it doesn't matter. It's cool that Taylor the Creator, in his very own way, was telling us a story. To that regard, it's almost like it's Channel Orange, but that is such a bad comparison. But yeah, I feel like he was trying to tell us a story, a love story that didn't end up in a very good way. On Earthquake, it was the saying, you make my earthquake. So, I mean, it's obvious that he was telling us a story, and I'm all over the place right now. Maybe because this album is actually all over the place, but in a much better way than I am. If I have just to say a few things about the album track by track, I would say that IGOR's theme was such a great introduction to the album, because it definitely was a departure from Flower Boy at first, and then you could feel again those psychedelic, very, I want to say sunny elements, summery elements from Flower Boy. It's Taylor the Creator's signature sound. And then Earthquake, and then, I mean, I think that fucking song, it was so good. New Magic Wand was cool. Boys Again was really fun when you think about it. It was really fun and kind of dramatic. And then What's Good? Oh, What's Good? That was good. Shit, I didn't even mean to make that awful pun. Sorry. Gone Gone and Thank You. That was the breakup anthem right there. That's not something that I was expecting from Taylor the Creator, but shit, I didn't know I needed it. Like, I really needed that. I Don't Love You Anymore. Yeah, are we still friends? Like, we felt that. So now I have to pick highlights. And this is gonna be quite hard because this album, I think it's not the kind of album that you pick highlights from on first listen. So actually, you know what? I'm not gonna pick highlights, but I'm gonna say something. I think was fucking phenomenal. Like, that's one of the songs of the year. It was fucking phenomenal. But no, like, it was fucking amazing. I said fucking about 50 times in this video. I'm so sorry. Excuse my French. I think I'm gonna stop there because this video has already lasted way too long. So thank you very much for watching it. If you've watched it until the end, congratulations to you. I am so looking forward to see what you think of this album. So please leave your reactions in the comment section down below. Your thoughts can be all over the place. I don't mind it at all. I am all over the place myself. So please go crazy. Just say whatever you want. Not too crazy though. But I'm really looking forward to see what you think of this album. What is your take on IGOR? Who is IGOR in the end? Is that Tyler the Creator? Is that just a persona that he created to tell us a story that maybe is personal, maybe it isn't? Please tell me also what are the songs you really enjoy on this album. Maybe you're watching this video after listening to this album 5 or 6 times, so you probably have a totally different take on this album than I have. So please share your highlights with me, share your thoughts. I'm really looking forward to read them. Thank you again guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'll see you next time, and in the meantime, take care.